Newly launched local mobile app MiVoice aims to help manage domestic employee relationships and ensure both parties legally comply with HR laws governing the employment of domestic workers. Now, the app is aimed at domestic employees ranging from babysitters and domestic workers to gardeners and drivers, as well as their employers. Stratcol CEO Hennie Heymans joins me now to tell me more about this development. A very good evening to you, Hennie, and thank you so much for your time. So just explain exactly how this MiVoice app will be working.
Thank you. I appreciate for being here. The app was born to find something that can take out the inequalities that we have in life, especially in the domestic workers sphere of the economy. We sit in a situation where everything is run on trust. We trust that COVID will not happen. We trust that we will not lose our jobs. We trust that we will be paid on time. And if anything goes wrong, if one of those pillars disappear, that whole building collapses. So we developed an app that aims at balancing the relationship both ways in equal amounts, so that both the employer and the employee can have a trusted relationship that's not built on informal structures, but where they both can rest at night and know that whatever they do, there is a formal record. The app controls and regulates all of the HR between the domestic employer and the employee. Then it goes over and creates a safe and free spending wallet where the employee can do their normal old traditional banking transactions. And it goes as far as looking after the employee in the case of accidents with commuter insurance, both covering death and hospitalization.
Now, Hennie, this app is also able to track job creation in this informal part of the economy. Is that right? And if so, how does it do it?
That is the nice thing about it, that it covers right from where you go to work to where you leave during the day. You arrive at work, you do your COVID questionnaire, you sign in, you receive all your tasks in the app, you can sign them off, you can query them, you can even send the task back, something short, please bring it. When you leave, you sign out. When you need to apply for your leave, you do that in the app. The leave is calculated based on the record of your working hours. And then when it comes to payday, your salary payslip is also created in the app.
There's also a charge for this app, Hennie, am I right? And if so, is it the employer only that pays, or the employee as well has to pay for it to have on their phone?
We thought that it was time to bring free banking to the employees. Now, there's nothing in life that really is for free. Somebody at the end of the day must pay for it. But we carefully thought out a way where we could give value to the employer in lieu of a payment that subsidizes all of these costs to the employee. So the employer will pay 49 Rand per month, and the employer will have the full gain of the HR management tool, as well as the knowing that there's upliftment in the life of the employee in terms of banking transactions. And when it comes to the insurance policy, in the case of death, the employee will receive an amount in his estate. But in the case of hospitalization, both parties will receive a payment. So the employer can actually employ a Girl Friday in the state for that period. So we balanced out the win-win for both parties.
This app, Hennie, is obviously in existence now because it's dealing with a particular issue, dealing with a particular problem that had arisen. What was that issue that you identified and that you felt that this is the kind of app that can deal with that kind of issue?
You know that 99% plus of our domestic workers make use of public transport. And 99% of your listeners will agree with me the public transport is so unsafe these days. So just think of how we exploit indirectly our employees by having them doing public transport. Now, in the case of an accident, luckily, if they don't die and they're only injured, that injury could mean at the end of the day a loss of job. Then it comes to UIF claims. In COVID period, 250,000 domestic workers lost their jobs. 21,000 only received UIF payment. Now think for yourself, it costs 2 rand per 100 rand UIF. 1 rand for the employer, 1 rand for the employee. So per 1,000 rand, it costs us 10 rand, and yet in 2018, the Western Cape Department of Labour found that 48% of households are not compliant in terms of the domestic relationship. And that is what we identified, this injustice. And it's not because that the employers are in a situation where they don't really feel anything for the employees. On the contrary, your employee is your most loved and valuable asset in your house. It's just the unknown. We don't know how to do UIF calculations.
Yeah.
We don't know how to do a contract, etc. So we brought that all together and made it easy.
All right. Hennie, thank you so much for your time here on Newsnight this evening. That is Hennie Heymans, who of course is the Stratcol CEO, just talking to us about this newly launched local app, MiVoice.